Welcome back, film freaks and fellow mutants. Any Film Reviews here with you. Today we're going to offer a little transformative commentary by playing a steady round of BS No S or Liar Liar Pants on Fire and discuss some of the lies and truths of Star Wars. Episode 9 is just on the horizon. This is Strebo, longtime OG, that's original geek to you. A lifetime Star Wars fan. So when I first saw this trailer, I dug it. I dug the idea of a Stormtrooper being one of the main characters. Like the appearance of Kylo Ren as a low-rent Darth Vader there. Like the appearance of the Darth Vader helmet. So far, all this stuff was in the movie. This scene was kind of glossed over. So, liar, liar, BS on that scene. So that's a great fade into that explosion. Of course, great Millennium Falcon action there. I'm trying to figure out how we went from the heights of hope just into the depths of despair over the course of 2 years. Because when this trailer came out, there we go. Liar, 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 liar. Not in the movies, not in the movies. The Knights of Ren apparently do not exist. Just a big mystery box that leads nowhere. Just love that scene. I was just an unabashed fan of The Force Awakens. I don't care if you hated it. I absolutely loved it. It gave me what I wanted. If it was just Star Wars fan service, I will take that over what we got in The Last Jedi any day. Love the action, love the weight of the film, you know, everything felt real again. Liar, 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 Finn is not a Jedi. That's one that really makes me mad. What a wasted opportunity that they had there with Finn to do something unique with his character. Even when he was revealed to not be a Jedi, you know, they still could have done something more with it. See if I can skip over to the next one. Okay, here's where the problems start. Though that is kind of an interesting fade in. What would normally be a fade in of the galaxy is actually a close up of, wet stone. Can we just say BS, liar, liar for this whole training sequence on that planet? Though this film, The Last Jedi, was filled with some gorgeous cinematography at points. But, man, oh man, did they just miss so many marks. I don't see how you can spend a whole movie setting up Luke Skywalker and then just blowing a huge wet raspberry on everybody that wanted to see it. I mean, I wish I could have been at the table reading when they sat down and they said, wow, we spent this whole movie trying to get this lightsaber to Luke Skywalker. And here in the opening of the next movie, he just throws it over his shoulder. It's little bits of bathos like that just, it was just a misguided attempt. I mean, yeah, I can understand that they wanted to do something different and quote unquote out of the box. But along the way, don't completely betray the characters, that especially ones that have a 40-year history. Here we go, liar, liar, we see none of this, not in the movie. That's one of the big flaws of Luke Skywalker or the portrayal of the character of Luke Skywalker, or Jake Skywalker if you want to call it, for The Last Jedi, is that we are never shown a real reason why he turns. We are told, it's the old storytelling adage, show, don't tell. Instead, we're told a bunch of BS that doesn't ring true. You had too many people that grew up with this character and were emotionally invested in it to just throw it to the side like that and not earn the emotional changes. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to call this scene Liar Liar because it's probably not Kylo Ren and a TIE fighter flying at her. Otherwise, why wouldn't he just be blasting her to bits? Who knows what it is? It's probably Poe Dameron or somebody. Is like, hey, what if Kylo flies a TIE fighter at you? What are you going to do then? Well, me, I'll just flip around with my lightsaber. That's what I'll do. Every generation has a legend, and if you live long enough, you will see that legend shat upon, tarnished, thrown upon the rocks, broken in half, and then you will be ridiculed for it. You know, like, see, black gloves, probably not Kylo Ren, probably Poe Dameron, just training exercise, just a bunch of BS, willing to bet. This Christmas, you'll flip for... You know, it's after being just lied to so much by The Last Jedi, it's hard to get excited for this. I do like that he's welding the helmet back together. Stupid additional robot character. There's Lando, who probably blows up in the very next second. Don't even get excited for that. He's probably going to be misused, killed as soon as he... Hey, I heard you guys could use some help. And that's the end of him. It would be cool to see Leia on screen. I hope they don't abuse her character as well. Now, this is interesting, seeing the wrecks of the Death Star, and then we hear the Emperor's laugh. So, I don't know. What are we going to say there? Just liar, liar. The whole original trilogy was just a huge lie. This big battle to destroy the Empire and end the reign of the Emperor Palpatine was just a huge, gigantic lie. Okay, now here I got a little bit of hope again. I don't know why. I've always been a sucker for the Boba Fett character. So this is the Mandalorian trailer. Nice rip-off of the Death Troopers cover from the Star Wars novel Death Troopers, where they have the Stormtrooper helmets on pikes like that. This is a cool-looking trailer, but it tells you absolutely nothing. It's probably just full of BS. Just like, I like that they have Apollo Creed there. Just like in the Rogue One trailer, which was just awesome. The actual Rogue One trailer told a better story than the one we got with the film. Though I did like the film. It was just filled with stuff that was not actually in the movie and will never be in any movies. And The Mandalorian might be very much the same. I've always been a Boba Fett fan. I had the original Boba Fett action figure, though people don't believe that it existed. I had sent off my proof of purchases and got the copy of the figure. That's just an awesome little action sequence. You know, I mean, why are we given this cool action with characters like this, but, you know, people like Luke and Han and Leia, they're not allowed to do anything? Well, if the rumor is to be believed that George Lucas still owned pieces of all those characters, then I guess then that's why they were all dashed upon the rocks like that. So I don't know. So there you go. You know, I mean, we saw bits of cool stuff in the Force Awakens trailer, not knowing at the time that Luke was absolutely not going to be in the film. Which, I mean, we got to the end of the film and I was like, okay, do I hate this because he's not in it and I thought he was going to be in it? Or do I really embrace it because it's a great setup and it's really going to pay off in the next movie? And I said, you know what? I'm going to embrace it. What a great setup, you know. We got to spend time with these new characters. I really liked Finn and I really liked Rey. And I didn't have a problem with the First Order. If you're going to tell a Star Wars story, it's essentially always going to be about a battle versus a big galactic empire. I mean, that's what Star Wars is about. And as Joe Bob Briggs would say, what's the first rule of the drive-in? If you're going to make a movie, if you're going to make a sequel to a movie, you make the same movie. Don't break the formula. Do not break the formula. So, yeah, so there's a lot of formulaic elements to The Force Awakens, but man, did I dig it. I enjoyed the heck out of it. But by the time The Last Jedi came out, they took all that goodwill and just turned it around and made you feel like a complete and total idiot for liking it. That Knights of Ren looks so awesome there, leads nowhere, has no meaning, no consequence, nothing to do with the actual film. Why did we never see a moment where Luke, you know, where we're just told that, oh, Luke sensed evil in him, so he wanted to kill his own nephew. Luke Skywalker would never do that. You're talking about this guy that went through that went into the Death Star to try to redeem Darth Vader, the most irredeemable villain in the galaxy, because he sensed good in him. This guy that's irredeemable evil. And yet here he is with his little innocent nephew. He's just going to up and kill him in his sleep because he senses evil in him. Why did we never see a sequence where we were shown the actual evil that Kylo committed? I mean, did he kill some younglings? I mean, what did he do? It's all liar, liar, BS. There's no such thing as the Knights of Ren. There's no... Yep, just disappointing. That deep sigh is that always comes out whenever I think of what happened to Luke in this film, The Last Jedi. And it could have been so cool. I mean, if they'd have just kind of focused on the training throughout the film, and I mean, I could have put up with everything else. But anyway, there you go. So it's kind of a look back at the way we were fooled by some of these trailers, and to kind of speculate a little bit on the upcoming releases and whether or not we're being lied to yet again. I want to have hope. I mean, the original is still my favorite, Star Wars. It's called A New Hope. I would like to have a new hope at this point. Give me something. Give me something, JJ. But you can call the film The Rise of Skywalker, but we know there's no Luke Skywalker in it. But, yeah, that's where we are today. What a downer of an ending. But anyway, there you go. There's you some content for today. Keep following the channel. We'll keep having some discussions as things unfold and we get closer to Star Wars. We'll talk more comics. We'll talk more Marvel films. We'll talk whatever. Keep talking about pop culture, keep talking about storytelling, and keep talking about some of the insanity that is being unleashed upon us in ways that we're being manipulated and lied to. Now it's time for this video to end. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Follow me over at Twitter. You can find all those links below. If you want to support an independent filmmaker, buy a copy of Tales from Mutantville. Tell me how much you hate it. See you next time.